on the followers of the land and to conquer them. And authority was given it over every tribe and people and language and nation. So wrath is different from tribulation. Tribulation, again, is the world afflicting Christians. Wrath is the fury of God against the unbelieving world. This is known as the day of the Lord. Throughout the Old Testament and New Testament, there are tons and tons of reference to that, and they're all really dark and scary. It's a future time of God's intense wrath on unbelievers on earth that follows the start of the Great Tribulation. So the Great Tribulation will happen before the day of the Lord, the Antichrist. So that 7-year period is not the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is what happens at the end, after the Great Tribulation has begun. So Isaiah 13:9 is just one of those Old Testament peeks at the day of the Lord. Behold, the day of the Lord comes cruel with wrath and fierce anger to make the land a desolation and to just destroy its sinners from it. We'll get more on that in next week. So how does Jesus describe? So we've heard how he's defined it. Now, how does he describe the Great Tribulation? Number one, Christians will be despised. They're going to be hated by all the nations, even by family members. You'll notice that I'm about to use some Holocaust imagery because I think the parallels between what happened to the Jews in World War II and what's going to happen is kind of a prefiguring of that, but it will be amazingly, significantly, horrifyingly much worse than even what the Holocaust was during World War II. So we will be marked and maybe perhaps identified in the world, and it's going to be not a pleasant place to be in that sense, because we're going to be the outcast of society. We'll be the despised. Even now, we see kind of the beginnings, the inklings of this. There are T-shirts available online. There's no hate like Christian love. And I think that's an intentional thing that we're seeing happen in the patterns of the world that are leading to this. Second thing that we see is that many will desert and betray the church. So this is going to be that falling away, and you see that in the wording here. And then many will fall away. I think there are a lot of people that are in the church, but they're not Christ followers. We have a lot of chaff, as the Gospels puts it, that they go to church for various reasons, and they may have a belief toward Christ. They may believe like they may have demon level belief that they believe in God, that there is a God. They may believe that Jesus did die on the cross, but that has not impacted their lives. There's not been a repentance and a true trust and faith in him for salvation. And when the hard times come of the Great Tribulation, there's going to be a mass exodus of people deserting the church and even betraying the church. So they'll turn on those within that. Look at Luke 21. This is that parallel passage to Matthew 24. This is the dual recording of this moment that Jesus is speaking here. Jesus says there, you will be delivered up even by parents. That takes a lot to sell out your kids. And brothers, you can kind of see that sometimes. Relatives, but this is family that is selling you out to give you up to persecution and to death. And some of you, they will put to death. That's the ending part. So some of it, they may not wait for justice, they'll just kill you. And that's one of those loveless kind of things that he mentions there. The love of many will grow cold. It'll be a time of deep deception. Even more than the Benny Hinn's and people like that. Notice verse 24, false Christ and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders. I mean, great enough, he says, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. These are going to look so convincing that even those who are truly saved are going to kind of think that, is this the real? Are these legitimate? I mean, they're going to on the edge. I don't think they go all the way, but there's going to be that almost. They're just playing church. They're just religious. They're going to buy this hook, line, and sinker out in the world. And we see this already And it's not even to that level yet that there are massive, again, follow the likes of Benny Hinn and others. And this is just the